I was making £300 a month as a 13-year-old. You don't have a business unless you make profit. Every single day, I'm there morning till night. I actually hated it. My plan was, I'm gonna go to uni, I'm gonna study law. The time I made the most money as an 18-year-old, I think, was when I made like £3,000 in 1 month. The thing that made me stop doing home service, I went to Dagenham. Oh, gosh. I literally swore to myself that day, never again. My name's Oyin. I'm the owner of Oyinnstouch. I have 2 hair salons and this is my story.
How did you get into hair?
Growing up, I was always in a hair salon. I didn't really want to get into it, but I would say by chance, by surroundings, and that's how I got into it.
So was your mum always sort of like bringing you into the shop saying, "Oh, here, come to the shop"?
Yes. Oh my! I actually hated it. Every single day after school, I used to go to Plumstead Manor, which was like 10 minutes away from my mum's shop. So I would literally just walk to the shop every single day. I'm there morning till night.
When you were doing that, how did it feel? Because obviously it's like, I'm sure people your age at the time were going out having fun, and you were just stuck in the shop, right?
Yeah, don't get twisted. I went out.
You still had fun?
I went out. But a lot of the times, it wasn't till I was in like year 9 that I was like, you know what? Let me start doing something here and there. Because in school, I used to do people's hair for like £2 for 2 French plaits, £1 for 1 plait, or anything that I could have done, especially with the white girls.
Your entrepreneurial spirit started from school then?
Yeah, I started making proper money from like 13, like taking clients from 13. But I've always been like hustling, I'll say.
You started making proper money?
Yeah.
13.
My mum stopped giving me lunch money, everything. I used to get £2 a day. That stopped the moment I started making my own money, getting my own clients.
As a 13-year-old entrepreneur, because a lot of people talk about entrepreneurship, I was selling sweets in school at 11.
Yeah.
Doing this. You were making real legitimate money at the age of 13.
Yeah.
How much were you making on a daily and a weekly basis?
Per client, back then we used to charge £20, £25. So yeah, like I'll do someone's braids and I'll charge £20. So in a week, let's say, because it wasn't like it was booming at that point, because I used to also just help my mum out. So in a week, let's say I'll make like £50 or £75. I was making £300 a month as a 13-year-old.
The crazy thing is, some adults don't really make that much. Because after all of their bills, because bear in mind, as a 13-year-old, I'm guessing your expenses weren't that high.
But all I cared about was sweets and chicken and chips.
So as a 13-year-old, what you're telling me is you had more disposable income than some adults.
100%.
Wow. You're 13, you're making £300 a month. How does it feel?
It feels great. Like I felt like I could do a lot, but at the same time, I did give a lot of my money to my mum.
To be expected at 13.
Yeah, so at that, and because I didn't need money for a lot of things, maybe like this lip gloss that I really like. But yeah, it was nice to be able to actually get what I wanted to get without having to ask my mum as well, especially her just doing it on her own.
That's really interesting because you didn't want to do hair. You were kind of roped into it, but then it's almost like your talent forced you to continue. Now, what did you like more? Doing the hair and seeing the client satisfied, or making the money?
A bit of both. I would say at first, it was all about the money, I'll be real. Because where I was surrounded in that environment so much, I was just like, nah, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to do this. But I saw that, wow, I can make money if I just do it. So yeah, I just did it. And yeah, I continued making money from it. And then later on, I could see that people liked what I was doing and it made me feel good. Yeah. So I continued making people, and they would tip me and stuff like that. It then became, okay, I can make people feel good, yeah, and I get more by making them feel good. So I continued with that.
So you're making £300 a month as a 13-year-old, you're getting tipped, you're buying all the sweets in the world, you're probably one of the richest 13-year-olds in your school. Firstly, how did school, if at all, how was school affected? And when did your love affair with hair properly start? Where you say, you know what, hair is more important to me than maths, or hair is more important to me than GCSE English. Like, when did the transition happen when you knew that, you know what, if I just go all in on this, I'm going to be all right?
College, when I decided not to go to uni. At first, when I was like, yeah, I don't like doing hair, my plan was, I'm going to go to uni, I'm going to study law or like something to do with office work, HR, all of that. But I said, you know what, let me take a gap here and actually put my all into hair properly. And then I did like my first ever frontal in like, I think it was 2018. Yeah, did my first ever frontal for this girl, posted it on Snapchat. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. I want you to do mine. I was like, yeah, I do frontals now. So wow. Yeah, I continued doing it and yeah, it just became more of a thing. This was before Oyinnstouch was Oyinnstouch.
So you went into college, you're doing frontals and it got to the point where there was such a demand. How much are you making at this point? Because you've gone from £300, what, pretty consistent as a 13-year-old?
Yeah.
To how much?
So I was even making more because I still continue doing hair. So I was still making more and more from 13 to like, let's say 16, 18. If we're trying to talk numbers, this was such a while ago. I don't even know the exact numbers, but let's just say 500 to 600 if I'm averaging it. But now in college, when it became the frontal thing, that's when I started seeing my thousands.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I started seeing my thousands. I'll see like maybe 1.2 in a month. And I'm thinking, wait, I'm just doing wigs. The time I made the most money as an 18-year-old, I think, was when I made like £3,000 in 1 month.
Whoa! You're 18.
Yeah.
You've been seeing hair money.
Yeah.
But you've not seen thousands.
Yeah.
But now you're 18 and you're making, let's keep it real. The average salary in the UK is about £2,000 a month. So you're getting, 30% more than the average salary as an 18-year-old from doing something at this point. Are you enjoying it? Is it a passion? Like, how are you feeling at this point?
I felt good because I wasn't doing braids anymore. Now braids is something that I was standing up for time for, hated braids. But now I'm doing wigs and braids a little bit, but like mainly wigs. So I felt good. I definitely felt good because it allowed me to do a lot of things.
That is amazing stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of people that they're doing mobile jobs, or there's a lot of ladies or women out there that might be watching thinking they have a passion and they want to monetize it. They don't know how to, like, for example, how did you get your clients? How did you manage the money? Like, how did you do the logistics? Was it just a case of someone texts you, come around, you tell them this is the price and you'd go, or did you have a system?
Did I have any systems when I started? Absolutely not. Because again, I'm an 18-year-old that's going into this thing properly and not knowing anything about business. I didn't study it or anything like that. I was just literally, whenever people ask me, I was running on vibes. Absolute vibe. So what would happen is, people would have my number. Same number I still use till today, by the way.
Wow.
They'll have my number. They'll call me, I want to get my hair done. And where like a lot of guys would come in and like get their hair done as well, they'll tell their friends. So word of mouth was huge from the get-go. So I would just take bookings manually. Like that was the way forward. To be honest, it did make me tired a lot because I was overworking myself all the time, just taking on bookings, not actually calculating what was actually going on. I just knew I was seeing money and that was okay. In terms of home service, actually, I did do home services here and there. It wasn't my go-to because obviously I had a space I was working from. But again, being 18, I would think, this person will pay me more if I go to them, and I'll do it. The thing that made me stop doing home service, there was one time I went to Dagenham. I went to Dagenham to go to do this lady's leave out for £40. £40 for a leave out.
You drove there?
I took a bus. I'm a young babe. I'm 18. I took a bus.
Let's take away the bus fare.
Yeah.
How much was left and how long did it take you?
It took me hours. I can't lie. She was a bit cheeky as well because the journey was like an hour and 45 minutes or however long, because I'm coming from Plumstead all the way to Dagenham. That's like Essex sides.
Yeah.
So the journey was so long and the hair took me like 3-4 hours to do, and at the end of it, take away my bus fare, that was 40 quid. She didn't tip. My phone died, everything. Wow. My phone died, and then I literally swore to myself that day, never again. You don't have a business unless you make profit. After that day, I did more research in terms of if you're doing home service, what should you be charging? So I started telling people I have a call out fee. And they'll be like, no, that's too expensive, I'll come to the shop. You better come to the shop. So, do you know what I mean? So
is this when you started to learn business?
Yes.
Because obviously you were doing hair at 13, right?
Yeah.
And then you were doing hair, you said you were doing hair in college.
Yeah. Because how I got the shop, my mum was leaving where she was going.
Okay.
And then as an 18-year-old, approached the landlord and said, can I have the shop?
This was Chatham shop?
No.
Plumstead. Okay.
This was Plumstead.
Okay, so hold on. So even historical clients that had been coming in from when you were 13, you still, because you didn't get a new shop, they would have known you anyway.
Yeah, and then I renovated. My mum left the shop and then I renovated in 2019. That's when I registered my business and all of that. I renovated the whole thing after I approached the landlord and asked him, even though I'm young, blah, blah, will you allow me? And he was cool, man. I like Raj.
Okay, Raj, the Indian landlord.
He let me take it. He didn't ask for nothing.
Wow.
He just let me take it.
He just wanted his rent, right?
Yeah, and he was like, can you pay the rent? I said, I'll make sure I pay your rent. I think I paid like 3 months up front to show him I could pay the rent. And that's
I'm sure
how
after that he was happy.
Yeah, he was good. Never missed rent or anything like that. But yeah,
okay,
relationship.
Cool.